Welcome. My name is Joanie Flavin, and I am the owner of SimplaFYI Yoga and Healing. I am also a community practitioner for SimplaFYI, and I'm with you today to talk about yoga and use what I believe the benefits for everybody. So we will begin with the idea of how you could use yoga at work. So the things that we think about when we're working and to be productive at work and in life is to manage our stress level. And I believe there's a strong rise in anxiety today, and yoga can very much work with that to help manage that in a natural way. But people don't know about these tools, so this is what we're going to do. So when we start with the body, as basic as you're sitting in a chair at work, sometimes for hours, you're leaning in, so you're affecting your good posture. What can yoga do in that aspect? So something as simple in your chair as you're sitting. A lot of us lose the ability to move our pelvis, so our lumbar curve. So what that means is when I sit, my lumbar curve rounds out. So I'm putting all of this pressure in my low back all of the time, sometimes for 8 to 10 hours a day. So this idea of simply moving the pelvic bowl back, like I'm spilling water out the back of the pelvis, and then out the front of the pelvis. So what that does sitting is it's taking these muscles that are stationary all day and just moving them. So I'm increasing blood flow to the low back. I'm teaching my body how to access my abdominals as I sit. And you'll notice even my feet, I'm thinking about that. My feet, my toes are forward, my toes are lifted, so the low back is engaged and energized all the way down into my feet. So just this idea of very, very slowly and subtly learning how to move your pelvic bowl, okay? So the other thing that happens is the upper section of our body. So posturally, as we can see, no one wants this, right? I think we can all attest to that. So what happens in the workplace when you're leaning in and doing work and rounding your spine? First thing, you're collapsing the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is how you take in oxygen. That's going to affect your energy. So I'm not moving my arms, they're coming along for the ride, and I'm doing some breath work while I'm at it. So you inhale, you bring your shoulders up to your ears. You hold the breath. As you exhale, you start to visualize the shoulder blade itself. You squeeze the top, the middle, and the base of your shoulder blade. So all of this, you can see I'm lifting and encouraging the natural curves of my spine. So I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to use my breath. So I won't speak, and I'll just do it. So that leads me to the next very essential underutilized tool that we all have, which is our breath. We are grateful that we breathe unconsciously, but there are ways to train our breath to affect your vitality, your energy, manage your anxiety and your stress. But you have to be willing to take the time to understand breath. In yoga, we call it pranayama, which is breath exercise. Yoga truly emphasizes learning to utilize breath as a tool more. So I'm going to show you one pranayama that I would suggest to use when you're feeling tired, fatigued, kind of that midday slump. And this is called Kapalabhati. So it is breath of fire, and it's an energizing pranayama. Most of our capacity to breathe is right here in the chest. So we train our breath to be more effective, and therefore we learn how to use oxygen more effectively. So breath of fire is to increase your energy. So I'm going to demonstrate that. This is when you're feeling fatigue, you're feeling sluggishness. It's all nostril, so I'm very, very rapidly exhaling through my nose. What people will say is, when am I inhaling? That's the training, is you're teaching yourself how to not need to inhale. You're training your ability to work with your breath. So breath of fire looks this way. So what was happening there, I pointed to my belly because I want to pump my belly. I want to teach myself to get out of the habitual pattern of just chest breathing and learn to draw energy lower into the gut. This can support digestion. This can support all of the functions of elimination and digestion. So why not do that? And that will increase your energy. So I'm going to say you work up to 25, eventually 50, maybe more of those pumps, and you will just see if that works as well as that cup of coffee to increase your energy level. You would be amazed at what happens when we learn how to manipulate our breath and to use our breath to work with our own anxiety and to work with our own stress, right? Increase energy, release fatigue, and sometimes settle the body. I believe yoga is therapeutic. I think that it is something that is more than going to a class. That's a wonderful thing as well. But my aim is to bring it into everybody's lives so that you can utilize it as a tool to manage your life. So that means your energy level, that means your well-being, it means your perspective on life, all of which affects how you feel.